Hey guys, I just want to say thank you for watching and thank you for following. This channel is going to be all about outdoor adventure and camping and survival. Today you'll be joining me to go to the WWII cave. It's one of the largest caves in Eastern Europe. We'll be spending the night there. It's mostly unexplored, so let's go check it out. So these tunnels were built in 1902 when the Austro-Hungarian Empire was here. And supposedly they have a 100-year guarantee on them. And that 100 years is long gone now, but they still seem to be standing pretty well. A few rocks here and there that have fallen out. This is the river Pracha, Canyon Pracha. It's a national park, but doesn't get a lot of visitors. There's landmines, not everywhere, but from the war in the 90s. We haven't quite got to that yet, but we'll get there. So it flows from Mount Yahorina all the way down to the river Dinina. So another German bunker. They're built in 1941, I think, and they were built all along these bridges, the train routes. To keep an eye on them. So we have about another 10 kilometres of road like this. Still quite a few tunnels. It follows the river all along, and then we'll go as far as we can, and then we have to go by foot, cross the river in a couple of places, and then we get there. Looks like there's a slip. Hopefully I can get over that. The bank, it's a bit close to the bank, but we'll go have a look. This is the first obstacle. Bit of a rock landslide here. It's not too bad, but this is problematic. This camp is quite wide and this is quite loose. Rubbish, lovely. Take that with us. So I've cleared those rocks. I just want to put it into 4 low, just in case I turn the diff on, because if she slides down, I have to try and gas it out. Ah, lucky. Don't know if we can get under that one then. Oh, I forgot about the snow. So I've had a nice little snow shower there. So I just want to show you this. This is what I was talking about. the leftovers of 3 wars. So the Austro-Hungarian First World War is when they built the railroads and the tunnels. Second World War, the German bunkers, and this is from the not so long ago war, the Yugoslavian war in the 90s, early 90s. So that says caution mines. It's everything up past this right hand side, up these hills. Maybe not everything, but in certain areas. Landmines, I know there's landmines up on this other side also where we were, but not around the camp. The locals mostly know where it is, so, and there's trails around the place, so you're always best sticking to well-walked trails and then exploring, at least in these parts. So I've arrived at my destination, well, as far as I can go by car, by camper should I say. I have to cross this river and head down that way, then cross another little river. I can't really tell how deep that is because it's quite murky, but the first obstacle is actually getting down here. It's quite icy and slippery, and I've got a very heavy backpack, so the plan is to tie it to the back of the truck, this rope. Make sure that's tight. Hopefully it makes it to the bottom. Here we are. Oh, well, I've changed into my waders because the water is ice cold and I don't feel like getting wet. Just got to be careful that I don't slip in, because if you fall in with waders, they fill up full of water and it's not fun for anybody. Let's see how deep it is. The current's quite strong, but it's not too deep. It's just under my waist. Go. I don't have too far to go now. You can hear the water starting to get faster, so we're coming up to the entrance of the cave up here. So somehow you need to get in up there over that river, get some firewood, enough for the night, and set up camp. But man, it's beautiful. So the plan is to sleep in here, but it's a question of how deep is this water. Yeah, this water's way too deep and way too quick to cross here. And I'm just asking for trouble if I try and cross here. See, it's already up to here, I'm not even in the middle. So I have to try and make it up across over the rock because the water's shallow up there. So let's try that. And here it is, WWII cave. At least this is the entrance to it. So yeah, this isn't too deep. So in there, is where the caves begin, but you got to make a raft and float under it. And according to the locals, there's about 9.5 or 10 kilometers of tunnels altogether, multiple lakes. So that's where I'm planning on sleeping. It's like a little island over there. It's nice and flat because here it's all rocks. Probably wouldn't be that comfortable to sleep on, but yeah, the biggest question here is how do I get firewood across? Because I'm going to run out of light, probably in the next hour. And that's not a lot of time to set up, get wood, cut it up, but let's try. That's a good one for later. Rajnichi. We've got capsicum, onion, and a nice big bit of pork. Find a way of this holding itself up until the fire dies down a little bit. So unfortunately I have to change my plans. Good thing is dinner's on. It's getting a bit hot, but it's looking good. The problem is I didn't leave as early as I wanted to, and then it took a lot longer to get here than I thought it would. The river's higher than I thought it would be, so it wasn't too bad crossing that first bit, but up here it's just unrealistic. Like, look at that, and I still have to carry over firewood for a whole night. So it's not realistic and it's not safe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a bivvy here. I'm going to sleep right next to the fire. I've got quite a bit of wood here, but I'm probably going to need just as much again to last me the night. But dinner's nearly done, and yeah. So I'm sitting here next to the fire, and I just had a look at my cup of tea. It's frozen over. I think it's about -4 at the moment. So I'm going to make my camp because I can't sleep up there now. I think this makes the most sense about here. Finish my tea. This is the flattest area here, so I can move few bloody big rocks. I want to make this nice and level so I can have a comfortable sleep. Looks like mostly dirt, but there are some rocks in it. I think it's good enough. It's flat enough. So I'm going to put the bivvy tarp up between these three trees just to protect them from dew and whatever may fall tonight. So the bivvy's pretty much done. Just going to tighten this end up. And make sure it's on an angle so if anything does fall, it doesn't weigh it down. Just tie this off. So before I came here, I made some bread. Well, I tried to. So I've got some dough, a little bit of flour, and see what that's going to turn out for a midnight snack. A little bit of flour. So I need to leave that in there for a little bit to rise, and then I'll cover it with coals, and hopefully it doesn't burn. So put this rock on here and try to make a little oven, and we'll see how this works. Hopefully it doesn't burn it, but come on. Whew. I think we have success. I'll let that cool down a little bit, and then I have got my midnight snack. Nice and crispy. It's cooked all the way through. Took about 40 minutes. A little bit longer than I thought, but I think it's going to be good. Surprisingly, it's really good. I thought I was going to burn it, but I'm very happy with that. I was a bit of a skeptic about this way. I've never tried it before. It's actually not that hard. So I'm going to keep the fire going all night. One, stay warm. The other thing, they do have bears and wolves here, actually in these caves. They found bear remains
prehistoric bears that are over 20,000 years old. So thankfully we don't have them walking around, but we still do have bears here and wolves. Hopefully they don't come visit me tonight.
Good morning. All in all, a comfortable sleep, as much as you could expect for where we are, but really happy with the sleeping bag. The fire went out a couple of hours ago, but I got all my clothes on and sleeping bag has done its job, so
There's still coals left there from last night, and so that wasn't too hard. I always carry a bit of dry kindling with me, which always helps start fires. So we've got the fire going. Just gonna go get some water, some fresh water, and make some coffee this morning, and wash my face a little bit to wake up. Look how beautiful this is. Be careful, it's a bit slippery here. That's good. Well, the end of this coffee brings the end of this first filming to an end. Just wanted to say thank you if you made it this far, and yeah, that's about it. I'm going to pack up, put the fire out. I've got to head back across the river and walk a little while, make it back to the camper. So yeah, if you've enjoyed it, I really appreciate it if you could like, follow, subscribe. You know how that goes. If not, I'll try a bit better for the next video to be a bit more interesting. But yeah, that's it. Cheers.